Well, good morning, everybody. Jeff Slakey and Spencer Hughes here. On the phone line is Rachel Hanson. Good morning, Rachel.
Good morning, Jeff. How are you guys doing today?
I am well, and thanks for talking with us. If you have driven down the hill past Overlook Park into downtown Shelton since Friday, you will have seen in all its 32-foot resplendent glory Paul Bunyan and Babe the Blue Ox welcoming us into town. Rachel and her family have been working on this during quarantine, and it's up now, and it's a great reminder of our heritage, I think. It's a great reminder of how strong we are as a community. You have on there #TimberStrong, and this is the second big billboard, I guess, that we've seen there. Santa was over the winter. This has been a fun project for you and the family, right?
It's been pretty fun, actually. When we took Santa Claus down, it just was such a big hole leaving those posts up. And I had been talking with Forest Festival and also some of the city folks, and everybody said, oh, what can we put back up? And everybody said, oh, it'd be neat to promote Forest Festival. And this obviously was before all the stuff has gone down recently, but we've been thinking about it for a long time, and people, when we saw the pin this year that had Paul Bunyan and Babe on it, that was designed by Ollie, we thought, oh, that is such a cool thing to put up in a big billboard. So before everything really started going, we asked if there was anybody who wanted to sponsor it, and Builders First Choice came up and said, hey, we'd be delighted to be a part of this, and we'd like to donate the supplies for it. So we had the supplies before we kind of all went into quarantine. So kind of was an idea that was happening before we all thought maybe we should all stop doing things.
Yeah. Well, we had Amy Cooper on from Forest Festival last week to talk about the changes with Forest Festival moving now to August 1st. It'll be that Saturday with a lot of the great events. How long does it take you to do these beautiful works of art, and where did you get the image of Paul and Babe, the inspiration of those two?
Well, there is quite a few historical images for Shelton for Paul and Babe, because Clarence Beauchamp, he used to do one every year for the Forest Festival. The Forest Festival's been going for 76 years, and there's quite a few photographs. They're all black and white, but they're of Paul Bunyans that have either been in floats or on parade routes, and so they're kind of fuzzy pictures. They're not like straight-on pictures. And then when they used to do the big performance, they would have a backdrop, and sometimes it was Paul Bunyan, sometimes it was a bunch of Paul Bunyans. I haven't actually found any with Babe in them, but obviously it's a very iconic image that goes around, and the whole story of Paul Bunyan and Babe is very easy to find if you start doing a little bit of research, and it really resonates with our community as far as the timber strong and overcoming everything. And I think that Paul Bunyan kind of represents a lot of the stuff that our community represents as far as being able to overcome all sorts of things, and it's kind of neat that it is our icon for Forest Festival. So the design was kind of a compilation of all those images we found, and then my father, who's an architect, who helped us recreate the scale design of Santa Claus from the original Beauchamp design, he helped us put something together that we could then project onto the plywood so that we could trace it out and then start coloring it.
It really is. It's a nice kind of something for folks to, when they drive by, to see it, just to kind of take their minds off the current situations, the current environment right now. Look ahead to August for Forest Festival. It won't be like we've seen over the last 75, 76 years, but we're definitely going to make it happen this year, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So we've seen Paul Bunyan and Babe. We've seen Santa Claus. Is there any thoughts that maybe more of these big works of art will be shown there near Overlook Park?
Well, since one of my many hats is helping out with some of the tourism endeavors of Mason County, and obviously right now we're trying to not promote bringing people here to the area, but ideally with such a rich heritage that we have of some amazing events, and obviously the Christmas town, I would love to see rotating murals that are of gigantic size, of Mason County size, all year long. So there has been talk about doing something for Oysterfest, because Oysterfest is kind of another really big anchor for our fall season, and it would be kind of neat to do that. I can't always looking for ideas from people, and that's kind of how these things come apart. Is someone has a great idea, and we put it into action if we can. It takes a lot of energy and creativity and a lot of faith, I guess, that it's going to work.
Well, it's beautiful to see it. It's a beautiful work of art. I know you and the family have worked very hard on it, and it's something good for our community. Again, hashtag Timber Strong as we're looking ahead to August 1st for Forest Festival. And you can see that Paul Bunyan there and Babe as well. It's a lot of fun right by Overlook Park. And Rachel Hanson on the phone line. How's I'd imagine that you're taking a pause on your magazine, Tracing the Fjord, or are you still working on it? Or?
Actually, to be honest, we're going to be coming out with a Keep It On Schedule, because without the Forest Festival magazine, we're going to be helping them to put together, some of the events that have moved. Bluegrass from the Forest is moved to September as well. So with Forest Festival on August 1st, it's actually a perfect opportunity to highlight the court, which is something we did in their program before and won't be happening this year. So we're going to really try to take some of that space, and we print 10,000 copies, so it really gets distributed well. And the one thing that we can do when we're so isolated is read.
Yeah.
So I want to be able to tell everybody what's going on, all the positive things that are going on in our community, and hope that we have support come fall when everybody's able to come back together.
Great. So when are we going to get a chance to see the new edition then?
It'll be coming out in middle of May.
Ah, perfect. Well, we'll get you back on to talk about that. Rachel
Appreciate it.
Hanson on the phone line. It's always nice talking with you. You always got such a good smile and a positive spirit, especially when we talk about Mason County and all the great things going on. Be safe, you and your family, and we'll talk again real soon.
Okay, you take care too. Bye-bye.